Israel says it does support the ceasefire, but it does not say that it includes Lebanon. Let's speak to Daniel De Simone, who's in Jerusalem. What's Israel saying, Daniel, about this?
There's been a statement this morning from the office of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Its tone is notably less triumphal than the statements we've seen from President Trump and from Iran. It notes only that this ceasefire was a decision taken by President Trump and that it supports his efforts. The leader of the opposition here in Israel is calling this the biggest disaster, political disaster in Israeli political history. And he's saying that Israel wasn't even at the table when this decision was being taken. In truth, you look back at the objectives that were set by Prime Minister Netanyahu at the start of this war on the 28th of February. He was speaking about removing the threat from the Ayatollah regime. There was talk of regime change and of this operation going on as long as necessary. The Iranian regime is still there, despite various leaders being killed, including the supreme leader, and the military is still fighting. And we even saw missiles fired into Israel from Iran overnight, including here in Jerusalem. We had sirens and explosions. So the Iranian regime is still there, and I think this is not going to be seen well in Israel, the way that Prime Minister Netanyahu has handled it. And there is this key dispute now about whether the ceasefire deal includes Lebanon. Iran and the Pakistani Prime Minister who helped negotiate the deal saying it does. Israel saying it doesn't. That is a key issue, and it will have to be resolved today.
Daniel, thank you very much. Daniel De Simone in Jerusalem. Well, let's go to Lebanon now and speak to our Middle East correspondent Lina Sinjab in Beirut. Lina, give us a picture of what things are like there, given that Israel insists the ceasefire does not include Lebanon.
Well, up until the early hours of the morning, that doesn't sound that Lebanon will be included in this deal. The drones were flying over the city of Beirut. And the city was, awake, waiting to see if there will be any strike in Sidon. There was a strike at a car near a cafe, killed 8 people and injured more than 22. And in fact, if you look over the course of the past, 4 weeks of the war here in Lebanon, Israel was determined with its objective to say that they are wanting to eliminate any threats coming from Hezbollah. They even said it before, even if there was a deal with Iran, that will not include Lebanon. So it's not surprising at all that this deal that is announced today will exclude Lebanon from the battle. The Israelis are expanding their operation, ground operation in the south, in preparation for what they describe as a buffer security zone, that they are also expanding in its space day after day. The warnings that came to many villages over the course of the past 24 or 48 hours included areas that are northern of Litani River, which is, not included in Israel, is what they describe as their buffer zone. So it's really, for the Lebanese, the Israeli intention in Lebanon is not only eliminate Hezbollah, but actually take control over a big swathe of lands in the south.
Lina, thank you very much. Lina Sinjab in Beirut.